September 24th, 2010. Morning comes quietly to Joshua Tree National Park. No crowds, no noise, no warning, just miles of open desert stretching beyond the horizon. Ancient rock formations, twisted Joshua trees, and silence so complete. It almost feels unnatural. The kind of silence that doesn't comfort you. It watches you. At sunrise, the temperature is still manageable, cool enough to feel safe. But this place changes fast. By midday, the ground will radiate heat. The air will dry your skin from the inside out, and every shadow will become something you chase. Because out here, shade is survival. A man enters this landscape. His name is Ed Rosenthal, 64 years old. A real estate broker from Culver City. A poet, a husband, a father, not someone chasing danger. Not someone looking for a test of survival. Just someone taking a walk. He starts from Black Rock Campground. No urgency, no tension, just a normal day. A simple hike. He doesn't carry emergency supplies, no GPS, no heavy pack because he doesn't think he'll need them. And that's the thing about the desert. It doesn't look dangerous, until it is. At first, everything feels routine. The trail is there. The path seems clear. Ed walks steadily, absorbing the quiet, but slowly. Something begins to change. Not dramatically. Not in a way that alarms you. Just subtle. The trail starts to fade. The ground becomes harder to read. Rocks look familiar, even when they're not. He notices it, but he doesn't stop. Because stopping feels unnecessary. Because this still feels manageable. He tells himself, I'll correct it soon. I'll find the path again. So he keeps walking, and walking, and walking. But the desert has a way of playing tricks. There are no clear markers, no signs pointing you back, no obvious mistakes, just space. Endless, repeating space. And then a moment hits him, quiet, heavy, unavoidable. He stops walking, looks around, and realizes there is no trail, there is no direction, there is no reference point. He is completely lost. At first, fear doesn't hit all at once. It builds slowly, like pressure. Ed starts moving again, faster now, not wandering, searching, trying to fix the mistake, trying to undo something that's already happened. The sun climbs higher, and with it, the temperature rises fast. The desert transforms. What felt calm in the morning now feels aggressive. The ground reflects heat upward. The air becomes dry, painfully dry. Breathing feels different. He drinks from his water supply. Small sips at first, controlled, measured, but the body doesn't stay patient. Thirst grows sharper, more urgent. It becomes a need, not a choice. He drinks more, then more, until eventually there's nothing left. No water, no backup, no second chance. And the worst part, his body doesn't fully realize the danger yet. That comes later. Hours pass, his pace slows. Each step feels heavier than the last. The sun doesn't move fast enough. The heat doesn't ease. And then he sees it. A canyon, small, narrow, almost hidden, but inside it, shade. The temperature drops slightly. Not comfortable, but survivable. And here, Ed faces a decision. Keep moving, or stop. This is where most people die. Because instinct tells you, keep going. Find help. Don't just sit and wait. But instinct is wrong. In the desert, movement kills. So Ed does something rare, something that goes against everything inside him. He stays. He studies the sunlight, watches how the shadow shifts across the canyon walls, and when it moves, he moves with it, slowly, carefully. just enough to stay out of direct sun. He turns survival into stillness. Time changes in the desert. It stretches, it collapses, it disappears. Day 2. His body begins to dry out completely. His lips crack, his throat burns. Swallowing feels like effort. His energy drops sharply. Even small movements feel exhausting. Day 3. The real damage begins. His body starts conserving water aggressively. Less sweat, less saliva, less everything. His blood thickens, his heart works harder, his brain slows down. Dehydration doesn't just weaken you, it rewrites your body. It turns your own system against itself. Day 4. Reality starts to blur. Shadows look like movement. Sounds feel distant, distorted. His thoughts lose structure. He drifts in and out of awareness. Time no longer feels real. Minutes, hours, it doesn't matter anymore. Day 5. He understands something clearly now. Not emotionally, not dramatically, just factually. He might not survive. There's a shift, a quiet acceptance. Ed reaches for his pen. Not to take notes, not to track time, but to say goodbye. He looks for something to write on. There's nothing, except his hat. So he begins. Carefully, slowly, writing messages to the people he loves most, his wife, his daughter. Words they may never hear. He writes about love, about memory, about what should happen after he's gone. There's no panic in these words, no chaos, just clarity. Here, because in that moment, he believes this is the end. By the 6th day, his body is no longer fighting the same way. It's shutting down, system by system. He can't stand, he can't sit, he can barely move. Even lifting his arm feels impossible. He's lost nearly 20 pounds. His muscles are gone. His strength is gone. What's left is survival at its absolute limit. He lies there, in silence, in heat, on the edge between life and death. At first, it doesn't register, just a distant vibration, a sound that doesn't belong. Then, it grows louder, a helicopter, search and rescue. But here's the problem. From above, the desert hides everything. A human body, in a canyon, not moving, is almost invisible. This could pass right over him, and that would be it. But Ed has one last thing. A space blanket, reflective, bright, visible, if used right. With the last of his strength, he lifts it, angles it toward the sun, a flash, then another, then. The helicopter shifts. The crew sees it. That small reflection, that single signal. They descend, and what they find is barely human. A man dehydrated beyond safe limits, unable to move, barely conscious, but alive. 6 days, no water, extreme heat, and somehow, he made it. Ed survives, but the desert stays with him. He turns the experience into words, into meaning, into something others can learn from. Salvation Canyon, the desert. Hat stories born from the edge of death. This wasn't just survival. It was timing. It was decisions. It was restraint. One wrong turn nearly ended everything. One right decision saved his life. In the desert. You don't get lucky twice. You either understand it, or it takes you. If you want the next story, subscribe now so you don't miss the next survival story.